Hello, hello. So today I have a very small little book haul. I know I said I wasn't doing more book hauls until like I had another book month, but I had some stuff piling up, and I'm also like running out of book haul books to put in my top of my TBR cart. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through them all first very quickly, and then I will read the backs. So that if you just want to see the books, like I know I sometimes get annoyed when people read the backs. I'm gonna show them all, and then I'll read the backs. So I've got the first volume of Let's Do It Already by Aki Kusaka. These are all for the first three any mangas I hold up are from Hansama box. The first volume of Apocalypse Bringer Myonghara World Conquest begins in the civilization of ruin by Isaiko Midorihana. Sister and Giant, volume 1 by Bacon. And then I do get Book of the Month. So Book of the Month this month sent a free little story. This is A Spell for Disappearing. And I think this is something that they're gonna start doing is little short stories. So I don't know. On the back it says, you know, I'll talk about it later. I also did for this month. I did get The Pairing by Casey McQuiston. And then I got another Hansama box that is the first volume of Aria of the Beach Forest by Yugira Aika, as well as Miss Savage Fang by Kakaku Akashi, and Go 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 Ghost by Miyako Hirozuka. And then I did pre-order the new Katie Robert. This is Dark Restraint. I've read the first three, and I'm counting this in here. I have the New Yorker. This is August 12th, 2024 edition of the New Yorker. I've decided to start counting like magazines that I get in my books because they won't be like on Goodreads or anything, but I'm counting them for me personally because if I'm reading 500 fucking books a year, I'm counting a magazine. And also, otherwise I won't fucking read it. So, with that, I also came out with a new book. Promise me, this is the 6th Aughts Boys book. And kind of along the same route as the New Yorker, I get a All for the Game Pride zine. So that is that. Now, get a little bit more in depth. This Pride zine, it is a bunch of fan fiction and fan art for All for the Game. That's what a zine is. It is fan made, and it is Pride themed, and I am excited. I think it's gonna be a fun time. Obviously, there's nothing on the back for me to read out. All for the Game, if you didn't know, is bad. So, Promise Me by me. This is book 6 in the Aughts Boys. June 2014. Kevin Davidson is planning his wedding and about to graduate from med school when he gets the call. Zeke Williams has died in a freak skateboarding accident and he needs to go back to Daisy. Fiance in tow, Kevin makes his way there, where he meets friends he hasn't seen in years and a few enemies and helps Jan Williams plan Zeke's funeral. It seems almost surreal. Zeke has always seemed immortal. Sure, he got bumps and bruises, but he's always pulled through. Not this time. Not anymore. It's time for Kevin to finally address what he felt for his former best friend once and for all. He's gone. It's over. Super cheery. But this one was fun. This one has a bunch of flashbacks, which is fun. It's got, you know, everybody all grown up, which is super fun. This is what my list of books I've come out with is looking like. It's getting big. All right, then the New Yorker. Obviously, it is a literary magazine. It does not have there's no synopsis. All right, Dark Restraint. Ariadne Vitalis is in trouble. She's betrayed her father and his dangerous benefactor, and now she's left to rely on Olympus's questionable mercy. But in this city, mercy comes with a price. For Ariadne, that means a sham marriage to Dionysus. She has no choice but to agree, even if there's only one man she's ever wanted. A man she fears just as much as she desires. The Minotaur never had any illusions about Minos' plans. He was willing to get his hands dirty as long as the old man kept his word. At the end of their bloody work, the Minotaur would be given Ariadne as a reward. She's meant for him, and he intends to have her, no matter the cost. Ariadne knows better than to encourage the Minotaur. She's all too aware of how hot a passion like theirs can burn. Besides, she can never forgive him for the terrible things he's done, and he can never change. But when his hands are on her body and his wicked words are whispered in her ear, she might willing to let all of Olympus burn. I read the first 3. My favorite so far is the second one. So we'll see. All right, this one right here. This is Go 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 Ghost, Volume 1. After an illicit affair, her promising first job fell through, office worker Ushiro Akaji has slid down to rock bottom. All the world has in store for her right now are temporary gigs, a lonely rundown apartment, and plain rice for dinner. With a life like that, would death be any worse? What she really needs is an older sister type to talk her back from the edge. Luckily, she's about to meet one from the other side. A legend guardian spirit and self-proclaimed Big Sis Masako is here to take Shiro under a ghostly wing. Together, they can turn a brush with death into the start. Can they turn a brush with death into the start of a gloriously funny new partnership? Fun times. This one right here, Miss Savage Fang. The ruthless Queen Mylene, a woman chosen by God and born with unrivaled magic powers, stood deposed. The rebellion's success was owed to none other than fabled mercenary Envil, the Savage Fang. But an ambush during their hour of victory left little time to celebrate. As he took his last breath, Envil could have died content watching the tyrant queen's lifeless corpse sway from the gallows until he wakes up as her several years in the past. Now the mercenary of legend has a princess's body, more magic than anyone can fathom, and a burning desire to make sure things go differently this time. Whenever I read the back of something, I think about fluency tests that I give to children. Just a little insight into my head, I guess. All right, Arya of the Beech Forest. Deep within a certain forest lives a young witch named Arya. She spends her days alone, growing herbs and knitting, till one winter morning, when she encounters a white wolf collapsed in the snow. The mysterious beast not only talks, but also, to her surprise, asks to live with her. Could this be the start of a big change for a small, lonely witch? I don't know. The pairing. Theo and Kit have been a lot of things. Childhood best friends, crushes, lovers, and now estranged exes. After a brutal breakup on a flight to their dream European food and wine tour, they exited each other's lives. Time apart has done them good. Theo is a bartender and an aspiring sommelier with a long roster of lovers. Kit graduated as the reigning sex god of his pastry school and now bakes at one of the finest restaurants in Paris. All that remains is the unused voucher for the European tour that never happened. 4 years later, it seems like a great idea to finally take the trip. Solo. Separately. It's not until Theo and Kit board the tour bus that they discover they've both accidentally had the exact same idea, and now they're trapped with each other for 3 weeks of the most romantic sights and sensuous flavors of France, Spain, and Italy. But it'll be fine as long as they agree they're absolutely over each other. So when Theo suggests a friendly wager to see who can sleep with their hot Italian tour guide first, Kit is game. In fact, why stop there? Why not a full-on European hookup competition? But sometimes a taste of everything only makes you crave what you can't have. It's gonna be fun. Alright, then this one, I mean, like I said, it says on the back that you can add Volume 0 to your next box via the Book of the Month app. So I don't know, I probably won't add anything, but if they send it to me, I'm not gonna complain. It's just a little short story. Alright, Sister and Giant. Reincarnated in another world, Hinako declines the cheat-like powers offered to her and instead takes a vow of sisterhood with the giant Ellis, becoming known as the smallest giant. A prim and proper lady might not have a lot in common with the fearsome titan, but the two share a goal, searching for those who once meant so much to them. However, they must be cautious, for just as their strength wins them fame, it also captures the attention of an ill-mannered paladin. I hate this guy. Alright, Apocalypse Bringer. Minogra. Bedridden and abandoned, Takuto Ira spent his days in the hospital trying to beat the illness that was slowly killing him. His only solace lay in the nation management strategy game Eternal Nations, where he had built a reputation as the greatest player to ever live. After succumbing to his disease, Takuto awoke within the game next to Ato, the hero unit for his favorite civilization, Minogihara. I can't say that. Now they'll set out to conquer the world together, again, one unit settlement level at a time. I hate this guy, so super fun. Alright, let's do it already. Free-spirited Yuri Hasegawa and straight-laced Keiichiro Katsuragi have fallen in love, but his elite political family, producing a line of prime ministers, does not allow male descendants to engage in any sexual relations until they are 18. Can the physically affectionate Yuri and rule-abiding Keiichiro keep the relationship strictly chaste? Yuri and Keiichiro have gotten to know each other on a daily commute to their respective high schools. Yuri makes a passionate love confession to Keiichiro, and he feels the same. Yuri wishes him to kiss her new boyfriend, but... So that's that. That is my little book haul. Again, I don't really... It's not a book month. I have a couple of pre-orders coming in, but for the most part, there shouldn't be much. There might be another little book haul like this before October, but nothing big. I think this book month thing has been working really well for me, where I have months where I can just buy however many fucking books I want, and then months where I don't. I didn't buy any books in July. We even went on vacation, and I walked past multiple bookstores, so it's working really well. But yeah, that is that. I have 50 days before I can buy another book, but I'll have more coming, because I always do. Yeah, that is everything, and goodbye.